So here's a topic that we hadn't hit in a while, reverse mortgages. A lot of people just automatically think that the reverse mortgage is a bad deal. But the fact of the matter in the mortgage industry is loan programs are never invented to be predatory, not by nature. It's kind of like the human, we could go on with that. Anyway, so here's the deal. I studied these a long time ago, and I kind of got certified because they're done a little bit differently than others, other loans, and the banks want to make sure you know how to do them. So I've studied them before, and I even had one a while back, and I did it for a guy. But I'm going to go ahead and do them, get certified again, because we can do them, and I like to help people, and these loans are really for the right client. These are really helpful. So here's the idea. The most important thing about advising someone into a reverse mortgage is being as transparent. Tell them all the things that could happen. Ask them where they're at in their life and everything else. Because in a situation where, let's say you have let's say that a husband and wife have lived in a house forever, and then they're in their 70s, and the husband or the wife dies, and the house has a $20,000 mortgage, but the house is worth $800,000 or something, and maybe the surviving spouse has a Social Security or something, but it's not enough money to really live the comfortable life they want. So some important questions that you want to, that I ask them, is there any chance in the world that you're going to need to move such that you're going to sell this house and you need the equity in it in 10 to 20 years to put down another house? It wouldn't matter a whole lot if they had a ton of equity and they only kept the reverse mortgage for 3 or 4 years, because on a reverse mortgage, if you're getting $2,000 a month, it's just taking $2,000 a month out of your equity. So in 3 to 5 years, there's still a ton of equity in there. But long story short, if you're needing to do that, let's not do this. Or if, let's say you have kids, let's say you have 1 or 2 kids, and neither one of them are really they're not killing it. They're not making a ton of money, and they're not savers. So they're not saving a bunch of money, and you want to make sure that when you pass, that you have something to pass on to your kids. Well, in that situation, if you end up living, another 10 to 20 years, you eat up all that equity, you don't have that to pass on. So, that's, again, it's being transparent to the applicant of this reverse mortgage and letting them know worst case scenario, because as long as they know those things, and there's another thing, if, for example, let's say there was a couple that was married, and let's say the husband died in the house they bought, and let's say she was 65, let's say she was 60, and she married someone else that wasn't originally on title, and now she's 65 plus. Well, in some cases, and I'm gonna have to do some more studying, but in some cases, back when I studied originally, you might be careful about a reverse mortgage, because now if she passes, even though, let's say her and her new husband lived in this house for 10, 15 years, if she passes, since he wasn't on title originally and maybe wasn't of the right age at the time, the reverse mortgage may require him to take over the note or move out. So there's just some questions that need to be asked. But my AKA is your mortgage guy for life, and I've taken a lot of pride in doing the right thing with everybody. I work for people, and if you work for people and you do the right things, you get compensated eventually. And so I'm going to tell every client that I have about all the scenarios that could happen in this. And if everything works out, the reverse mortgage is an unbelievable opportunity for someone that's retired and wants to live a certain lifestyle without having to worry about being limited by income, because now you can pull just like it's a credit card or a home equity line of credit on the equity of your house. You can take that money out. I'm Brad Lynch, also known as your mortgage guy for life. Hope to hear from you. Have a good day.